All right, I'm back.
Hello and welcome to week 4 of the 2014 Red Light Truck Series winter season, airing on RLN. I hope everyone had a nice holiday and enjoyed the week off. I'm your host, Jeremy Patterson. With me tonight is Matt Breckel. We'll do our best to keep up with what's happening on the track and hopefully provide an enjoyable broadcast for everyone. Tonight we bring you live coverage from Iowa Speedway, where the boys will be racing for 100 laps on this 1 mile oval. Actually just a little under 1 mile, I think it's 0.88 miles. And after tonight, we'll hit Michigan and Kentucky. Then we'll go to the road course, Watkins Glen, on January 19th. And we'll round up the season with Dover, Richmond, and Charlotte. Here's your top 10 in season points so far. Leading the way is Dustin Lee. Close behind him, 3 points behind him, is Joshua Buckley. Followed up by Jacob Fife, John Pershing Jr., William Kirk, Sean Butler, Damon Gilbert, Tommy Lee, Robert Craze, and Keith Haney. These points represent the best 2 out of the 3 races that we've run so far. That's why you see 3 wins up there, but only points that correlate with 2 races. Because every driver has a drop week that can be used at any point during the season. If a driver goes through the entire season and doesn't miss a single race, then whatever their lowest scoring race is will get dropped from the record. And drivers are out there qualifying right now. Shouldn't be too much longer, and we should have a race lined up and ready to go. And it looks like qualifying has finished. And the drivers are going to start getting lined up. What do you think about tonight's race, Matt?
I think it's a good, had a good week off, and it's good to get back here to short track racing under the lights at night. So the weather's going to be great. Good grip.
Yeah, the drivers were saying that it felt a little bit tight, but for the most part, they were all pretty happy with it, which is good. If this track, a short track like this, is loose, man, that's just a nightmare. So, looking at the qualifying order, are you seeing the same thing I'm seeing, Matt? Glenn Sidman in first place?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Glenn Sidman takes the pole with a 22.712.
All right, good deal. And I was watching the leaderboards during practice. I didn't see him up there. That's why I was kind of surprised. But yeah, that's a good lap, and he'll be starting up pole. And we'll have what? Nate LaFleur, Sean Butler, Tim Lewis, Damon Gilbert, Teddy Wisniewski. Got a new driver with us tonight. It's the number 42 car. I'm sorry, number 42 car, Max Theriault. He joins us from Canada. And I see the blinking lights are on. I think we're getting ready to roll out. So drivers are rolling out. We'll run through the field real quick. In row 1, we have Glenn Sidman, Nate LaFleur.
Row 2, Sean Butler and Tim Lewis.
Row 3, Damon Gilbert, Teddy Wisniewski.
Row 4 is Dustin Phillips and Jamie Shinson.
Row 5, Robert Craze and Michael Fair.
Row 6, John Fershing, Joshua Buckley.
Row 7, Max Theriault and Kevin O'Brien.
And last row is Dustin Lee, Tommy Lee.
All right, neither of those guys qualified, so we'll see see how they move through the field. Both of them are fast drivers.
Sorry about the mix there. It's just the short track. We'll make sure we get it all done before they go take green.
Oh, you know what? They got 2 pace laps. We were racing through it, and they got 2 pace laps. All right, well, we got everybody covered. Drivers are getting ready to go. It's been 2 weeks since we've raced here, and I'm sure they're excited, and I know I am too. "16 drivers taking the field tonight. Nice big field. Pace car dives off onto pit road. Green flag. Looked like the 81 of Nate LaFleur got into the wall a little bit there. That bunched everybody up behind him. Tim Lewis, Dustin Phillips, man, they are door to door. Oh no, Dustin backs off a little bit. They just about went 3 wide with the 23 of Michael Fair. Still door to door. And up front, we've got a battle for the lead. Looks like Sean Butler looking to the inside. Oh, we got a caution.
Yeah, happened back in the field. I missed it.
Yeah, that was Tim Lewis and hold on, I'm gonna look at that again. Yeah, that was Tim Lewis and the 22 of Dustin Phillips. Those guys were racing real close to each other. And looks like Dustin just got into Tim's left rear quarter. Ah, bad start to the race there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Let's go back and have a look at this from his point of view. So we'll go on board Dustin Phillips. Yeah, those guys were racing really, really close to each other, and I think Dustin might have just got a little aggressive in there and caught Tim's truck. Well, tough break for Tim. Luckily, we have some quick resets, and he'll get his truck fixed up and get back out there on the track.
Yeah, I was watching Tommy Lee. He was in the back anyway. Went ahead and did a 4-tire change.
Yeah, that's a good idea doing that. Anytime you're the back few cars, it's usually good to just go ahead and pit anyway and get tires, especially if everyone's staying out. You never know, it could put you at an advantage when it comes to fuel or tires later on in the race.
Yeah, definitely on the fuel side.
So Glenn was...
Looks like Kevin O'Brien's doing the same.
Go ahead.
Sorry, it looks like Kevin O'Brien's doing the same thing.
Yep.
Only, did he have a penalty? He just did a stop and go.
I'm not real sure what he did. Not real sure. He might have just topped off his fuel. Can't imagine what penalty he would have got.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it looks like the lights are off on the pace car. They're getting doubled up. Glenn's going to have himself a whole mirror full of Sean Butler here in a bit, which is not a good truck to see in your rear view. Alright, so the field's lined up. Pace car is going to dive off onto pit road. And let's see if we can get some green laps in here. Sean Butler goes wide. Man, he took that lead. Look at that. Look at him go. That's amazing.
Bumping and bang.
Further back in the field, things are a little crazy. Looks like they're about to go 3 wide. And they are. Wow. They're 2 rows are 3 wide. Oh, there's the wall. Dustin Phillips in the wall. That did not bring out a caution because he's down on the apron there. He's going to have to reset. Let's go back and have a look what happened there. Man, these guys were going 3 wide left and right.
Each other.
Yeah, it looks like Dustin just lost it coming off of turn 2.
Another car in the small, or the...
Which number?
I think that was Dustin Lee.
Sean Butler has a 1-second lap or lead on the second place car. Back here in the field, man, they're battling hard for 100 laps, man. There's 100 laps in this race, and they're getting it already. A 68 of Damon Gilbert looked to the inside of Teddy. Couldn't quite make it. Now he's going to go to the outside, and it looks like the 81 Nate LaFleur is going to look underneath Damon and see if he can make a pass. Meanwhile, we got some side-by-side action a little further back. Our new driver, Max Terrio. Tommy Lee and Michael Fair are side-by-side. See, Joshua Buckley almost got into the rear end of John Pershing. I think John might have been braking a little harder than Josh expected. Looked like Josh was just going to plow him right over, but he did a good job of slowing it down and moving up the track, so it didn't cause another caution. And now Joshua Buckley's going to look to the outside of the 00 of Robert Craze. We got a caution. Oh no, new driver, Max Terrio. Did he make did Teddy make contact with him? Let's have a look. It looked like Teddy just got into his left rear quarter. Again, that same type of incident. It's hard because there's a heavy braking in these turns at this track, and when you're right on somebody's bumper, it's hard to judge how much they're going to brake.
I think that was number 33, Lee.
Yeah, 33 of Tommy Lee. I'm going to go on board with Tommy here. on the replay and see what happened. Yeah, I think it was probably the same type of situation where, you know, Tommy Lee was taking the entry a little more aggressive, and Max was, you know, being a little more conservative on it. And unfortunately, when two guys like that get close to each other, sometimes things can happen.
Everybody coming down pit road.
All right. Yeah, it looks like pretty much everybody's coming down pit road. Yeah, kind of a tricky pit road if you're up front because the way it curves around there, turn one.
Kevin O'Brien stayed out. Ron Fersen took 2 tires. Everybody else did it.
So Kevin stayed out. I'm presuming he's getting a lap lead. No, he's ducking in now. Oh, that'll still give him a lap lead when he crosses the start-finish line, I think. No, I don't think it will give him a lap lead.
Well, they end up passing him.
So our new leader is John Fershing. And it looks like he did a 2-tire stop when pretty much everyone else did a 4-tire stop. So let's see how that plays out for him.
All 3 lap leaders are up on. Well, Fersen with only one. Sean and Glenn are up there too.
Man, I still can't believe how fast Sean took off at the start of that last restart. They might find some nitrous oxide on post-race inspection on that truck. I mean, that was just like a power boost. He just, boom, took off. I tell you what, after seeing that, I would maybe, if I'm the leader, I would maybe consider starting on the outside.
Weird, because on the pit race, it seemed like the outside was the not the preferred.
Right.
Maybe different in the race.
Yeah, but we've seen it. You know, we had that start, and we've seen a couple of passes happen on the outside there. So who knows? Maybe they figured something out with it, make it work. And I think the lights will go off on the pace car this time around. Yep. Now, Tim Lewis... What's that?
So it looks like John's going to stay with the inside. That John Butler on the outside.
Yeah. It looks like Tim Lewis... I don't think he pitted that time, did he? I'm only showing one pit stop on him. I think he pitted after that wreck. Or maybe he didn't pit after the wreck. I don't know. Either way, he still has one quick reset for sure.
Yep.
And pace car dives off.
Here we go.
Oh, a little bumping in the back. Like the 23 Michael Fair got into Tim Lewis, but he backed off. And a little bump in between the 8 and the 83 of Jamie Christensen and Glenn Sidman. Guys are going to have to be a little bit more patient if they want this to go green.
Outside does seem to be better now.
Joshua Buckley trying to look at the inside. Christensen looking to the outside. And that 68 at Pershing is just, who's going to pass me? Are you going to pass me? All right, looks like now the 8 of Christensen's looking to the inside of Pershing.
Ooh,
Yeah,
backed up everybody.
Yeah, that's tough getting into those turns because you got to brake so hard, and different driving styles can really cause a lot of disaster here. If you get a slow in, fast out guy behind somebody who's more aggressive diving into the turns, or right in front of someone who's aggressive diving into the turns, that can spell disaster. Ooh, 29 of Wisniewski wobbles a little bit coming out of the turn. I don't know if he caught the wall or not.
Watching a battle between Tommy.
Oh,
There's a
like
wreck
they're
up in
wrecking.
front of him. Oh, he saved it.
Good save. That was a 68 of Damon Gilbert. Let's go back and have a look at that. Couldn't tell if Buckley got into him a little bit. I think he did. Yeah, he got into him a little bit. Turned Gilbert sideways. They managed to make it through there. Good job. Sean Butler out with a hefty lead again, half a second. Whoa, the 83 is Glenn Sidman slows way down on the front stretch, and Teddy Wisniewski just shot right past him. And we got some guys lapping the 22 of Dustin Phillips now. I think Dustin had to sit in the pit stall for some repairs for a while. Teddy Wisniewski working on Glenn Sidman now. And further back, we're side by side with Robert Craze in the 51 of Dustin Lee. Oh, and it looks like Robert Craze loses it, gets into Damon Gilbert coming off of turn 2.
No caution yet.
Let's have a look at what happened.
Gilbert's...
It looked like he might have pushed and overcorrected a little bit. Gilbert was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's nothing he could have done about that one. Oh, that's tough.
Gilbert's smoking pit.
Yep, Gilbert's smoking down pit lane right now. Rough racing out there. Let's go back up to your leader. Sean Butler has a full 1 second lead on the second place of Teddy Wisniewski. Teddy finally made it around Glenn Sidman. And now John Pershing looks like he's going to start working on Glenn. Or the 2 of Joshua Buckley looking to the inside of Jamie Christensen. Jamie goes wide and Josh shoots right past him.
Damon's back on track. Used up. So.
So Gilbert's back on track. He's 2 laps down. He is the first car a lap down, so he's in the lucky dog position should another caution come out. looks like Michael Fair and Max Terrio battling a little bit back here in 11th and 12th.
Oh, Sean Butler's almost like Kyle Busch on the Nationwide. It's already sneaking up the field.
I know, he's just gone. Tim Lewis, he's threatening Tommy Lee now for the 8th spot. He looks to the inside going into turn 1, and let's see if he can make that pass. He does, right around Tommy Lee. So good to see Tim working his way back up through the field after that early race incident. And we still have Michael Fair and Max Terrio battling it out. These guys have been side by side for a while. Last time we looked at them was like 3 laps ago and they were side by side. Close battle up here between Joshua Buckley, Jamie Christensen, and can't see who that other truck is. Oh, that's the 68 of Damon Gilbert, who's a lap down. Okay.
Damon with the fresh tires on the reset.
Yep. Yeah, and Damon, you know, he wants to get every spot he can because he knows he's not out of this. You know, a couple more cautions and he's right back up on the lead lap, so he's not going to take it easy on anyone. Like here we got Nate LaFleur, Tommy Lee, Tim Lewis. Not in order. Tim Lewis, Nate LaFleur, Tommy Lee. Sorry about that. Now Dustin Lee looks to the inside of the 8 of Jamie Christensen. Dustin got a little bit of back end damage on that truck. Whoa! Cut right across Christensen's nose. That was probably scary. And it looks like these guys are mostly sorted out. I think this right here is your closest battle, which is Jamie Christensen, Tim Lewis, and Nate LaFleur's right on their tail. Tim Lewis looks to the inside of Christensen. And I think Christensen's going to do a little crossover, and he's going to look underneath Tim. He's not going to give up that spot easily. Wow, these guys are fighting hard. Bumper to bumper, all 3 of them now. And right behind them is the 33 of Tommy Lee. He's going to start pressuring them here real soon.
Oh, yeah.
And Christensen looks to the inside again. Oh, he moves up the track. He has to slow down. That boggles everybody up and lets Tim just run away. 33 of Tommy Lee got into the 81 of Nate LaFleur just a little bit there. They collected it up, but oh, that almost got ugly. Yeah, I think Christensen was pushing real hard. I think you get underneath a car and you get a little too close to it, it just pushes the car right up the track, and he didn't want to move up into Tim Lewis and take him out, so he backed off. But good job by all those guys hanging on to that. That could have been ugly. Dustin Lee, Joshua Buckley now battling for that 5th position.
Sean Butler's reached the back of the field, started back.
And it looks like Sean Butler has gone around Kevin O'Brien, so now that puts Kevin in the lucky dog position since he's the first car a lap down. And I know Damien did not want to see that happen, but it looks like these guys have sorted themselves out a little bit. Christensen, Lee, and LaFleur. I got to commend those guys. That was a good job hanging on to what could have been a really, really ugly wreck. Sean Butler, 3.9 second lead on the 2nd place car of Teddy Wisniewski.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Go have a look at what Teddy's seeing up ahead. Now that first car straight ahead of Teddy isn't actually Sean. That first car right ahead of him, I believe, is Kevin O'Brien, and Sean is going into turn 3 right now. Have a look at our fastest lap so far in the race is Sean Butler with a 22.852. Tommy Lee, Nate LaFleur battling for the 9th position. And right behind them is newcomer Max Terrio. And I have a feeling Max is kind of taking it easy on this race. He just joined us today. Said he wanted to kind of test the water, try out our league. I wish he'd have caught us on a little bit cleaner of a day, but hopefully he's enjoying himself out there. I looked at his stats, and he's a pretty good driver, so I expect to see him running up in the front in one of our races here shortly. Caution is out. 4, Tim Lewis gets into the back end of Joshua Buckley. Oh man, that same thing on almost every wreck we've seen. Go back and have a look in slow-mo. Same thing coming into turn 3. And it looks like, I mean, just barely. All it takes is that little tiny bit of contact on that left rear quarter panel and just sends them around. Hopefully these guys are very forgiving with each other tonight, because it's a little bit ugly out there. Go on board with Tim Lewis. Yep, and it's at that point you just feel like there's nothing you can do. You're in there and you can try and slow down, but you get a little too aggressive going into those turns and it's gonna bite somebody. So pretty much everybody coming down pit lane. And Kevin O'Brien stays out again. See if he can get his lap led this time. Nope, I don't think so. So Kevin dives into pit road. And it looks like the 68 of Damon Gilbert and the 00 of Robert Craze are going to stay out and get a wave around when we get one to go. Get a lap back and hope for the best. I say it's been ugly. We've had a couple wrecks without cautions, but we've had 3 cautions so far. Not too terrible. 60 laps in. I know some leagues would love to have have only 3 cautions after that.
Yeah.
I know. I'd love it if I only had this many cautions in official races. Woo!
Yeah, especially on short track leagues.
Yeah, that's true. So it looked like Robert Craze went ahead and dove off into pit lane, but Gilbert stayed out so he can get his wave around. And Kevin O'Brien, he got the lucky dog, so he's back on the lead lap. And Sean Butler's probably sitting there with a lot of confidence right now. I mean, he's pretty much dominated.
Starting down the inside this time. Oh, we know now.
Alright, lights are off in the pace car. Gilbert gets his wave around, so he'll come back around to the rear end of the field with 1 lap down. And in position for the lucky dog, should that happen.
Looks like Sean's going to take the outside.
Yeah, I think I would too after the way he took off on that one restart.
Way off. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing.
Slowing everybody else up.
Yeah. Tommy Lee tagged the wall a little bit there, not too bad though. Looks like he might be thinking about taking it 3 wide. I hope he thinks better of that. Whoa, Tommy gets loose coming out of turn 2. Yep. He held onto it, but
about to be 3 wide in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted that 3 wide to happen. Now we got the 51 of Dustin Lee underneath the 81 of Nate LaFleur. And directly behind them is Jamie Christensen and Michael Fair. Looks like they got sorted out. Still side by side between Lee and LaFleur. And now Buckley and Fair are side by side. And Dustin Lee is going to look in on the inside of Tommy Lee after he takes that 6th spot. He still doesn't have it sealed yet. LaFleur's not giving it up easy. LaFleur's a really good racer, too. Oh, LaFleur catches up to Tommy Lee, and he's not going to have anywhere to go, so that could give Dustin Lee the advantage he needs. Ooh. Oh, 29. Teddy Wisniewski does a little bump and run on the 15 of John Pershing. I don't know if he caught him or not. It kind of looked like a bump and run. He goes right around him. Close battling from third on back. Butler and Sidman have kind of taken off.
Sidman seems to be hanging on though.
Oh, we got a wreck between the 23 of Michael Fair and the 2 of Joshua Buckley. Buckley gets, that's 2 in a row. Buckley got spun into the wall. I bet you he's not too happy right now. Let's go back and have a look at what happened. I bet you I can guess what happened. Yep, left rear. Just a little tap. You can see Michael Fair backing off too. You can see him backing off, but it's just too late by that point. Once you're committed, you're in there. Go on board with Michael Fair. See what he saw. Yeah, he almost looked like he kind of bumped upwards a little bit and got into him. That could be disastrous for Buckley, depending on how much damage he has. Let's hope his suspension isn't tore up too bad, because I know he doesn't have any resets left. He takes 4 and leaves pit road. His truck doesn't look too damaged, so he might be all right. Actually, did he might have had another reset. I know he got caught up in that one caution, the previous caution, but he may not have had any incidents. It's hard to imagine somebody didn't have any incidents on their first pit, though. Everyone bumping and banging like they are.
"30 laps to go." John Butler sewed up the most laps led.
Yes, he's led 61 laps, so he gets a bonus point for that. Bonus point for leading a lap. And, well, no, actually the pole winner was Glenn Sidman, so he'll get a bonus point for that. And we've only had 3 leaders so far, Butler, Sidman, and Pershing. Yeah, I think Buckley's truck's going to be okay. He may have had a reset there, because it looks all repaired up on the left side, and it didn't look like he stuck around for repairs, so I think he has a brand new truck. He should be all right.
One thing to look for on this restart, see if Pershing and Teddy Wisniewski have little effects from that.
Who's that, Pershing and Wisniewski?
Yeah. They'll be starting 3 next to each other.
All right, so lights go off on the pace car. Drivers get doubled up. Sean Butler's going to start on the outside again, which seems to be working really well for him so far, so don't fix it if it ain't broken. Pace car dives off on the pit road. Whoa! Sidman got a little squirrely there. He almost got into Sean. And then boggled up Wisniewski and Wisniewski and Fershing a little bit. Butler just taking off. That's got to be so frustrating to be behind him. 3 wide between 1 and 2. Fershing backs out. Smart move. But that puts him 3 wide between the 81 and 33 of the floor and Lee. Oh, these guys are all bunched up.
More to go.
Oh, no. I don't know how those guys made it through there. That was insane. Oh, we got a spinner. 51 at Dustin Lee. Looks like he just got loose between turns 3 and 4. Ooh, Michael Fair got a good piece of that too. Go back and have a look. Come down the back stretch here. He may have braked to try and stay off of Buckley there. I bet you that's what happened, because Buckley was right at his front bumper, and it looked like Lee's back end got a little bit loose, and that's what will happen if you tap on the brakes in mid-turn. So he might have been trying to avoid a wreck and ended up spinning himself in the process. I'd be willing to bet that's what happened. So the 51 and the 23 both smoking heavily. Dustin Lee's rear bumper is smashed way up into the truck. He's the points leader right now, so this is not good for him, but I do see his truck kind of pop back like it's brand new, and I think that means he gets a reset. Starting to wonder if I accidentally made this unlimited resets. I'm seeing a lot of now. I still see some damaged cars. Okay. I mean, I've seen a couple get resets. You know, this late in the race, usually with this many cautions and bumping and banging, you don't see people still having quick resets to go. I thought Dustin was going to be out of luck, but looked like he got a quick reset, and he's got a brand new truck, and he'll come out and climb his way back to the top. And Sean Butler is proving his stuff over and over on these restarts. I haven't seen anybody give him a real challenge yet.
Yeah.
So our summary so far, 5 cautions after 77 laps. Pretty rough. This is our first short track that we've raced our trucks on, or shorter track. I think we've only done 1.5 milers and above prior to this, so still getting our short track legs. And last week, not last week, but week before last, our last race was at Auto Club Speedway. Very, very big track. I think it's 2 miles, lots of space. So they might still be in that kind of big track mindset. And while we're waiting, just a reminder, you can go to our website, redlightleague.com. The results from tonight's race will be posted there. You can see our schedule, standings, photos. I need to put some newer photos up there. I think all of our photos are from nearly a year ago. Links to our YouTube page, Facebook page, and all that stuff. So have a look-see, redlightleague.com, and if you feel like joining us, go ahead. So the lights go off on the pace car, we get doubled up and have another go at it. Looks like we'll be 20 to go at the green.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx him, but say Teddy Wisniewski's connection seems a lot better now that he got a new computer.
Yeah, he said he's had good luck with it so far, so I think it was probably just something with his old computer. Couldn't hang on. Pace car dives off and we get ready to go. Oh no, we already got him wrecking.
Bunch of wrecks behind him.
Yep.
Wisniewski held on to the lead though.
Looked like the 51 of Dustin Lee got into the 8 of Christensen. I think that's what I'm seeing. Let me have a look again before I say that. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Lee got into the left quarter of Christensen, and looks like Max got caught up in it. Kevin O'Brien. Max coming down the pit road, and I don't think he has any quick repairs left. God, I hate for him to get wrecked so many times on his first race with us. We're really a clean league, and just kind of, he jumped into the middle of a hornet's nest or something, I think. And honestly, I didn't even see Teddy Wisniewski take the lead. How did that happen? Were you watching him, Matt?
Oh yeah, I was watching the first two. I'd seen that Teddy might be one of the guys who could hang on to him. Going into turn one, he was able to actually pull ahead of him on the inside lane. And yellow came. The outside lane didn't have a chance to get up to full speed and take it.
He couldn't take advantage of that exit out of turn two, I bet, yeah. Otherwise, he probably would have shot right past Teddy. Not knocking Teddy at all, but, I mean, Butler has just shown that nothing can fight him here. But who knows? Maybe Teddy has something for him. I'd like to see someone challenge him.
Now, I don't know how much of this is Teddy and how much of this was Sean, letting off the gas. But before the yellow came out, he was actually pulling in. But it might have been that they, saw the yellow people wrecking behind him.
Yeah, it could have been. Looks like we'll be about 15 to go when we go back to green. And I'd like to say they need to relax a little bit. There's a lot of race left, but there's really not a lot of race left. So I guess if what we've been seeing is the normal racing, it's about to get real crazy. Kevin O'Brien stays out. He'll get back on the lead lap. Is he the lucky dog, or I think he might be. I don't remember if it was Kevin or Jamie Christensen who's the lucky dog at this point.
Christensen might have been the lucky dog. I think Kevin O'Brien just wants to get his lap back.
I see.
He was at the tail end of the lap.
And there we go. Kevin goes back around to get his lap back. Looks like Teddy's going to start on the outside. He's following Sean's lead on that one. I think I'd probably do the same. Not only that, but Sean has shown how strong he is on the outside, and I wouldn't want to give him that advantage.
Yeah, take away that strength if you can.
Yep. Pace car ducks off. Teddy Wisniewski makes that outside line work, and he gets clear around Sean Butler.
Must have been the inches.
Yeah, 3 wide. With the 33, the 68, and the 2.
Sean pulls even on the backstretch or around the start-finish line again.
See if Sean can make the inside lane work. He's been tearing it up on the outside lane. Let's see what he can do here. Not quite. He wobbles a little bit coming out of 2. Still putting the pressure on Teddy. He can get his nose around in between 1 and 2. But that outside lane, look at it just take off on the backstretch. I think he's inching his way up there, though. He's slowly gaining ground on Teddy. Teddy went real wide that time, too. Yeah, that's going to cost him. And it looks like Sean, yep, Sean's got a good, clean lead now. Bumper to bumper in the turns, further back in the field, a little scary. Gilbert trying not to take out Buckley. I can see him backing off. It's so hard to judge how the other guy's going to brake, how aggressively he's going to brake, especially when the other guy has another guy in front of him. Yeah, Gilbert got a little bit of Buckley's bumper and went right around him. That slowed him down. It's going to let Tommy Lee threaten Buckley as well. A little further back, we got Tim Lewis and Max Terrio battling it out. Ooh! You know what? Gilbert gets into the wall hard.
Yep.
And gives that spot right back to Buckley, and spot to a couple more drivers too. Oh, the 83 Glenn Sidman, he takes it 3 wide on the bottom. Buckley just trying to stay up there in that 4th spot. I tell you what, Buckley has done a great job climbing his way back up this ladder here. Lots of beating and banging a little further back. Oh no, the 81 gets a hold of 68. Gilbert goes off into the grass. And on the pit road, he'll come back out onto the track and wow, he did a pretty good job collecting that up.
Yeah, I was watching that. I mean, you might want to look at replay, but it looked like Nate was coming out of the corner and just accelerated right into him, didn't let off at all. I don't know. You might want to take a look at that.
It's hard to tell. We'll have a look. I'm looking at it now. It kind of looked like he was just on his bumper pretty much the whole time coming out of the turn there. He kind of, I don't know if he tapped him again the second time around. I didn't see Gilbert's truck lurch or anything like that, so he might not have, but he just kind of got into his bumper coming out of the turn and just enough to loosen up Gilbert's back end. So Gilbert finds himself back in 13th spot now, behind the damaged Dustin Lee. And up front, we have a pass for 2nd place. John Fershing goes around Teddy Wisniewski. These guys are going to do a little switch over back and forth, I bet. Tommy Lee, Glenn Sidman duking it out for 5th place.
Lap 99.
White flag is out. Sean Butler has a comfortable 1.6 second lead, so nobody can battle him. Right now, our closest battle on the track right now is Tim Lewis and Nate LaFleur for 7th spot. Sean Butler will bring home another win.
Second, third, fourth.
Oh, Gilbert tried to make a pass right there at the end. Didn't quite get it. So Sean Butler will bring home the win. Yeah, and that was well deserved. I mean, he just dominated the whole race. So the rest of your podium, you have 2nd place is John Fershing, and 3rd place is Teddy Wisniewski. Teddy put up a damn good fight there at the end, though. I got to give it to him. Buckley almost got himself back up on podium, but not quite. So let's have a look at our results here. We already read off the top 3. 4th place, we have Joshua Buckley, Tommy Lee, Glenn Sidman, Nate LaFleur, Tim Lewis, Max Terrio, Robert Craze, Kevin O'Brien, Dustin Lee, Damon Gilbert. That rounds out the people who are on the lead lap. Jamie Christensen finished 1 lap down, and Michael Fair and Dustin Phillips both retired from the race. All right, so Sean tears up the tires, and let's have a little chat with Sean. Sean Butler, this is Jeremy Patterson. How did it feel to dominate that race the way you did?
It was awesome, man. This truck was hooked up tonight, and it was just real fast, and it just seemed like I could pass wherever I wanted to. Teddy gave me a little bit of run there on that last restart, but it was a lot of fun. It's just a great feeling when you can just go out there and race like that.
Yeah, I watched you on that. I think it was the first or second restart. I think it was the first one. And man, it looked like you had nitrous oxide in your truck or something. You just took off. I mean, within the first lap, you're already a second ahead of the second place guy. That was amazing.
Oh, I thought everyone had NOS in their truck. I guess they forgot to fill their tank, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I got just timed the restart great and got a heck of a run through 1 and 2. It's definitely the high side on the restart is the place to be. But as you probably see, I like running low in 1 and 2 once I get my rhythm going, and that's where I run the best. But on the restarts, that bottom side, there's just a huge bump going into 1. It's hard to carry a lot of speed through that.
Yeah, I heard y'all talk about that bump before the race. Well, congratulations, man. That was a hell of a show. And hopefully we see you back here with us next week and you can continue racing with us. And anybody you want to say hi to?
Just thank you guys up there, Jeremy and Matt, doing the broadcast. Back Teddy and all those guys up front. Can't remember who else was up there. It's 83. I can't remember his name, but Glenn. I think it was Glenn. Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn.
And, just a great, easy running in the sense that people were nice and courteous out there, and it's just I thought we were gonna have that long green flag. It seemed like it was gonna go for the whole race there after that second caution, and then we had a little bit of a wreck fest there for some reason. I'm not sure what happened, but
yeah,
it was just
a little rough.
Yeah, it was a little rough, but hey, it's that's Iowa. It's short track racing. It's very easy to get into somebody without meaning to. But all in all, it was a great race.
All right, good deal. Well, we're glad you're racing with us, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Yep, looking forward to next week.
All right, see you, Sean. John Fershing racking up another podium finish.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was pretty cool. I was definitely not super comfortable at this track tonight, but I just think I got lucky with like a 5th or 6th place truck getting second.
Yeah, you're definitely one of those where you kind of came out of nowhere, to mid-pack to jump it right at the end.
Yeah, I was in practice speed. I was kind of close to the top 4 or 5 or something, and then I just totally blew my qualifying lap and started in the back. So I took a chance on the 2 tires there, and it got me up front. And luckily, I was able to hang on to a couple spots.
So how was the tire wear out? Was it pretty big over the length of the run?
Yeah, that one real long run we had, there was some pretty good fall off. There was definitely some tire wear, but the caution when we all pitted, I think it was lap, 14 or 15 or something, and I think we'd already had a caution before that, so I was like, well, I'll take a chance. I mean, there's really not that many green flag laps, and it worked.
One thing we did see out a lot was a lot of the wrecks were people that were what the front car would be braking early, and the back car either had fresher tires or had a different line or whatever, was able to carry a lot more speed, so he would hit the back end.
Yeah, I think it's just this track. It's so wide and there's so much racing room, and in the one there's those couple of funny bumps there. It lends itself to a bunch of different lines. Guys letting up early to try to get that big run down the straight, and then guys trying to take advantage of that and get into the corner and gain a spot. And if their paths cross, then there's not much you can do.
Well, congratulations on the second place. So you coming into tonight, you were 4th place overall, so this is going to help you out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I'm wicked excited. I want to try to see if I can stay at least kind of close to these guys in the points this season. And I had some bad luck at Atlanta, and these last 2 weeks have been huge for me. So hopefully I can just keep the momentum going and not wreck and have some more good races.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks.
See you next week, John.
See you, Jeremy.
Well, Teddy, I guess that's what happened when you stay connected the whole time. You end up on the podium. Good job, man.
Yeah, thank you. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was a little ugly out there. Was it? I noticed a lot of guys. Matt was just talking about this with John. Kind of like tapping into people's bumpers, getting into the turns. Was that just kind of hard to judge how people were braking?
You know, I said this early in practice how iRacing's trying to work with the grooves and stuff. And people were running a lot of different grooves, and I think that's just part of it when you're not expecting someone else's line, and then you have to react to even how they're reacting, because the track was very bumpy all night, and they had to react themselves. So when you're reacting to someone else's reaction, that's the things that can happen.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. I mean, I didn't see any what looked to be over aggressive driving or anything. It was just a lot of kind of unfortunate incidents with things like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I didn't really get to see any wrecks, thank God. You know, I was luckily enough not to see any. But I mean, I know just racing with Sean and John and Glenn all night. That's just exactly what it was. There was no over aggressive driving. It was just hard racing and people, you know, having to react to other people's reactions, like I said.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, good job staying out there. You gave Sean a pretty good fight there at the end. I just don't think anybody could battle him for too long. But good job sticking out there. Anybody you want to say hi to?
No. But thank you guys for putting on great races, and you know, this was a very fun race, and I can't wait for next week.
All right. We look forward to it, and look forward to seeing you on the track. We'll see you next week, Teddy.
Thank you.
God damn it!
I know, totally missed it.
Sorry about that, folks. I went to the wrong channel, and you heard somebody saying something. All right. So anyway, yeah, good overall race from it sounds like from the guys, in spite of all the cautions. Hopefully they're all not at each other's throats right now and want to come back and race next week. What'd you think, Matt?
Thought it was pretty good overall. Back in the middle of the pack where everybody was you know, scratching and clawing for every spot they could get. A little more crazier. Up in front, I think they kind of sorted themselves out a little bit.
Yeah, they did sort out pretty quickly up there. So next week we go to a bigger track. We'll be in Michigan, right? Yeah, Michigan International Speedway next week, 60 laps. That'll be live broadcast. And we hope to see you there. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast of the Red Light Truck Series at Iowa Speedway. And results from tonight's race will be posted on our website, redlightleague.com. And as I mentioned earlier, you can see schedules, standings, photos, and whatnot. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook. And if you or any driver you know wants to join us, we have a few slots left, and we'd like to have good, clean drivers who can get along with people, don't like to argue and whatnot. And go to the iRacing.com website, go to the leagues page from there, search for Red Light Racing, and just click apply. And I think that'll about do it for tonight, Matt. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Cool, everybody. Have a great week.